one of the biggest upsets I would have seen, or cast at least. Like, probably the biggest.
Bag it, guys. Clip it. Get it ready. Make sure that he can't be like, I didn't say that. I swear. I
can't wait for the van to turn up at your house. It's like vans all queuing up down the road, just filled with Kinder eggs, ready to fill your room.
I would just be taking it, building the toy in one hand, eating the chocolate in the other. It would be great. Oh my god.
You just have a pool of Kinder eggs that you get to dive into.
Oh my god, like what's the duck? Not Daffy Duck.
Yeah.
Was it Scrooge McDuck?
Yeah, I think so. Even I know that one.
There it is. That's exactly what we said they needed to do. The TB anti-mage double ban. We said that. Here we go. Reverse sweep is coming.
This is so funny, actually. Like, imagine at the start of this tournament when the new patch drops, you're like, for the final of this tournament, for the two bans, CDEC are going to be banning AM and TB. Like, what the hell is that about? Vici now have to be so worried, though, because, like, there's so many heroes left in the pool that are, like, that have been first phase banned, like, the whole tournament. So, again, I think the Mars is a big one. I think the Shake is a big one. And I think the Phoenix is a big one.
My question becomes, do Vici still pick their one position in the second pick?
Possibly, yeah. Because the problem with this AM and TB ban is that what you're doing is you're reducing the amount of carries that are left in the pool. So if you don't pick Arme's hero here, and then Vici pick a carry, they're going to ban another 3. And then the window of carries heroes is getting smaller and smaller. Like, so you're kind of shooting yourself in the foot a little bit as well by banning TB and AM. I'd like to see them pick Clockwork here, though, on Vici. I think it's really good. They might just decide to go Phoenix as well, potentially. Because then CDEC don't want to play Shaker and Mirana together, right? Would be my assumption. But they might feel, do we want to pick the Phoenix for ourselves, or do we want to pick something that punishes the Shaker more?
Ooh, Mars. So I'm going to just go out on a limb here. I'm going to guess the one positions that we're going to get this game before it even happens. Yeah. It is going to be the Void and the Spectre.
Okay. I'd be really surprised if Void got picked up this early, though, by either of these teams.
I'm not saying this early. I'm just saying those are going to be the 2 cores that we get.
There's no way both of those get let through the second phase of bans. Absolutely no way. I mean, they could, but, like, I just don't see that happen. I think Void's been a ban.
I am Oracle right now. I see into the future. I didn't just upgrade my glasses. I upgraded my mind. I've been taking nootropics.
Dude, I just want to say it's the most amazing Rubik game I've ever seen already for Vici.
Oh, yeah. And PYW is a master on that hero.
But the thing is, it's a really good Phoenix game as well. Because they have
Phoenix 5, man. Phoenix 5.
Or do they want to pick their core hero here?
Their face is Void.
Yeah. Okay. But they could pick like Naga or something as well. I think it's still really good for them. And then they ban out 3 heroes.
Ooh, I didn't even think Naga. Wait, can I take Void back? Crap.
No. Sorry.
Naga Spectre seems like the go.
You're all in. Okay, yeah, they go for the Morphling instead. I think that's fine. But it's a similar concept. Like, now the AM and the TB are banned, and they're going to ban 3 cores. And one of them's going to be PL. Yeah, one of them's PL, one of them's Naga, and the other one's Void, I imagine. I'd be really surprised if it was anything else. I think they have to ban Rubik on CDEC, though, as well.
Seriously.
I think that hero would be insane. And I've always said to you every time we've cast together, PYW Rubik, I love watching so much. Yeah,
there it is. There's the ban. It's like I would almost go as far as to say he's so good at that hero, he kind of competes with FY.
Oh no, that's
kind of competes with FY. I didn't say fully competes with FY. It's coming from FY's biggest fanboy over here.
Yeah, I mean, kind of. And PYW is very good at that hero, though.
Yes,
but you know, FY deserves his own pedestal, just for the plays he's made on that hero.
You know, PYW, he's in that 3rd place slot or 2nd place, but it still looks like that 3rd place meme where he's spraying the champagne on himself.
I like the clock ban as well. I really like CDEC bans as well. I think the Void's going to be the last one here, though. I'd be very surprised if they. What other cores are that they wouldn't want to play against? Like
Viper?
maybe, but I don't think Morph cares about that hero. Like, you just turn into him and kill him with the break.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they feel like Void isn't strong enough with the Earthshaker and the Bane. Like, it makes their lanes really weak.
Doesn't exactly feel like the best combination with those two heroes.
That's an okay ban. Yeah. I don't mind the Batrider either. It works really well with the Shaker. It like lanes well against Morph as well, and it allows them to pick a position 5 here on Vici that doesn't necessarily need to have that purge up against the Batrider. And SRF loves that hero as well. I wouldn't have thought of that.
Mm-hmm.
Great ban. So now what do they want against the Shaker? I'm trying to think of other 4s as well that work well with the Mars. Like, they could pick Shadow Demon or something as well if they wanted. I think Oracle's good here as well.
I want to actually check something. I want to see if Ori plays Morph.
I think they're going to go for Oracle here.
Okay.
Would be my guess.
Does he play Morph? No. Ori has played Morph twice. So it's just giving it a thought. Like, you know, maybe they throw that mid and go Spectre. Because especially against the Earthshaker, like, I feel like we speak about that, and it's like, oh, you know, Spectre comes out and Earthshaker can't really get an opportunity to come in, but there's the Void Spirit for Vici Gaming, and that's an Ori hero where he feels pretty confident, that's for sure.
First 3 picks, 3 cores, guys. This is the way to go, because your supports don't care about getting banned out. They'll play whatever they're given. They don't care. Like, imagine being DY and PYW at the moment, being like, oh my god. Like, we actually get to pick our heroes really late on in the draft.
Ooh, I like that. And that could either be a 3 or a 1. I don't think it's going to be a 5 with the Bane in the mix.
And what catch heroes are there that they can pick for the Nature's Prophet, though? Because, like, maybe they can go Earth Spirit or something here for Vici. Might be quite nice. Or, like, Pangolier or Spirit Breaker sounds fun. You know, I want to see them with pick a hero here on 4 that has like good catch.
No? Okay, never mind. I was gonna say, is the Phoenix still available?
Or Nyx maybe is pretty good. It doesn't lane that well with the Mars. They could just go Morana. I think is the safe pick. They might decide what they want to pick up against the Nature's Prophet in lane as well, like Chikira or something. Ooh. I think is okay.
What about Disruptor?
Well, it's okay. I think they need to pick something that deals with the trees, though, in the laning stage.
Mm-hmm. And there's the Chikira.
There's the Chikira. Nice. I love this hero as well. It's so fun to watch. Like, I feel like some Chikira games, he just like lands 5, 10-man ice paths. Like,
yeah. Well,
I think I got this the wrong way around. 10, 5-man ice.
One of the things that I mean, you could do a 10-man ice path, but you're probably playing for some neutral side. Well, the thing about Chikiro to me is like, and I say this every time we see Chikiro, so if you heard it before, bear with me. But, and there's the Queen of Pain before we get on that, Chikiro isn't your initiator. He's not the one trying to get the initial stun. You can use the Eighth Remnant, you can use the Spear, and then you've got the follow-up of the Ice Path, which is guaranteed at that point. Mm-hmm. Like, you know you have that sustained control, and that's what I love about Chikiro. That, on top of the fact that he does a really good job in lane at harassing, and I think he's just an amazing 5 overall. And now the Queen of Pain, which has been completely ignored up to this point, finally gets picked, and we haven't seen it in so long.
It's the same thing, though. They're leaving Arme's hero until last.
Yeah.
And there's hardly any carries left. Like, Void gets banned out. This is the one that I was talking about before, because it actually gives them some decent kill potential for the Morphling. And I don't think there's going to be anything left. They banned the Viper, though. I wonder if they banned the Puck as well, like maybe thinking that the Void Spirit could be flexed to 4.
He could be. Be the Jin Q move. And PYW, take a look. He's played one game as Void Spirit 3 months ago. He lost.
Because I'd be really surprised if they didn't put the Void Spirit mid. But I think CDEC are playing for the assumption that they are going to want to counterpick the Queen of Pain mid.
So they take away the Viper, they take away the Kunkka. Because Kunkka could be 4 too.
No, I think they would put the Kunkka mid and put the Void Spirit 4.
Yeah.
I really hope they pick some hero with catch last on the Vici side. That's like, okay. Like, I still think Nyx is pretty good. Like the mana burn's insanely good against Queen of Pain as well. And there's the Slark ban. And now Ame's like, oh,
Jug.
What am I going to pick? Like Wraith King here, maybe? I think
Wraith King's actually been really good this tournament.
I think Jug's okay, but it doesn't really do great. I think they have to play tempo game again if they pick Jug, and they're going to go all in again, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but. Do they want to go Weave? No, it's not a great Weaver game.
There's the Spectre. I got one right. Just gonna say I got one right.
I think it can. I don't know. Like it's okay, but I think he's gonna go for this Meteor Hammer build again, which should be really cool to watch.
Yeah, he can't. I don't think he could sit back the way he has, especially with the way the lanes have been going. I don't think he's gonna get an opportunity to really sit back like that. So I agree. I wouldn't be surprised to see that Meteor Hammer build. But who do you go for here if you're Vici? Do you just go to the Void Spirit being your 4, even though PYW is not really too experienced on that hero in competitive play, and then go to something else mid?
If they are gonna pick anything mid, I think it's gonna be Puck.
Yeah.
If it's gonna be a 4, I'm unsure what they pick. Like
couldn't the Puck be 4 too?
Yeah, it could. Yeah, they're just gonna go for the safe pick. I don't mind this too much. It's okay. Like it works really well with the Mars as well because you have the spear into the arrow. Like you have good kill potential. I just think the Bane should win that lane for them on CDEC. And then mid lane's what, like Void Spirit against Queen of Pain? We've seen that go both ways before, but I think Ori's been playing really well today so far. And I think Eurus should be absolutely fine on this Morphling. Like, we've seen Ame play this matchup today with the Morphling up against the Nature's Prophet, and he didn't have a great time. But I think this, like, they have DY on Jakiro in this lane, which is so much better than having the clockwork that the Morph did before.
And DY's Jakiro is so good.
Yeah, he's had a really good tournament, actually, in the playoff stage, at least. Mm. Like, they didn't have a great group stage, but they've looked so good ever since. And although I think CDEC's draft is okay, like, this is the closest one we've had so far, I just think Vici are playing better at the moment. And, they've made a couple of mistakes along the way. Vici were, like, giving up that Roshan stuff in game 1, but I think I would still put my eggs on them to go for the clean sweep here.
So, I'm looking at the most successful players, and I sorted it by assists. It goes Fade, Jinkyu, Innocence, Ali, all out of the tournament. But then it goes DY, PYW, and Yang.
Wow.
Like, Vici players, it seems like they love playing from, like, the mid-game on together. Or even, like, what they were doing in the previous game, which was having 2 players come over towards mid, and then Anti-Mage getting as much open space as he can. And even from there, like, just have Yang continue to get involved as much as possible. Like, they play together pretty actively early on. It's kind of nuts.
I don't know. I feel like, like you were saying about this mid lane, I think the mid lane here is really volatile, right? Mm-hmm. And there's a lot of things that could go wrong either way if someone makes a small misplay. And it exponentially increases, like, with how much that small mistake means. Maybe, like, he tries to use Dissimulate to dodge a dagger, but, like, he cancels the dagger animation or something, right? And then he loses a mana for a Resonant Pulse to help him get a last hit or whatever. Like, maybe one of the supports rotates mid and finds a kill on the other mid. I think there's, like, I've said it for both games this series so far, though, as well. I think this mid lane is going to say a lot about what happens in the game, because XM, he hasn't had the best game so far.
But he also hasn't had the worst.
Yeah, but he's, like, really good at this hero. Like, we say CDEC value this hero a lot, and they were first picking it in a lot of their drafts and just giving it to XM. Mm-hmm. So, if there's going to be one game where CDEC can win in this series so far, it's going to be where XM's playing Queen of Pain, and he just, pops off.
So one of the other things I wanted to talk about, too, is actually the deaths per game, which is kind of nuts. Like, Eurus is averaging the least deaths per game for the entire event at 2.41. We saw him die once in the previous game. Mm-hmm. I mean, this guy has been doing everything right. And then, in the third slot is Ori. So, like, their cores just don't die. Their 1 and 2 survive so much.
He died once in game 1 and once in game 2. Like,
yeah.
It's insane.
Like Ame and XM are pretty close on that, and actually so is SRF. He's
really
closer than yeah. So the split is 2.41 for Eurus, 2.94 for Ori, Ame at 3.1, XM at 3.4, and then SRF at 3.95, and that leaves Yang at 5.18.
Yeah, I think Yang is slightly more.
But then PYW, I mean, he's got a better death average than like other cores. PYW is averaging 5 deaths a game. That's it.
That's easy to say though when they've made the final through the upper bracket. Like they've won the most games, right? Obviously they had a bad group stage, but in the playoffs is where most of the games come from. And if they've won every single series, they are going to have less deaths, just in general.
Fair enough. Still though,
gotta think about the manipulation of the stats, you know?
Yeah.
They're looking to be top here by the looks of it first.
To be fair to that point, he's got way less than Victoria and Super, who made it far, as well as Felix. DY is actually the second highest at 7, but the split between him and Red Panda is about 2 deaths.
Good D ward by the Bane, by the way, because not only does he get the ward, but he also stops the Mirana having the big camp available for that arrow. This is really good now because they can't pull either.
Ooh, Eurus is up top, about to drop. Just squeaking by, but the fissure from James.
Why is he not strength morphing earlier? Like,
battle favors me.
What was that? Did he just not think Fissure was off cooldown again or something? That was. I feel like that shouldn't have happened.
No. Maybe he just wanted to up that death average.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So, 2-0 lead, and you know, for CDEC, it's this or nothing. You know, you need to figure your excuse my French, figure your shit out.
We dodged the dagger mid.
And it's been tough for CDEC, no doubt. But right now it looks good. I know we're just 2 minutes in, but this is probably the best they've done in the lanes thus far.
Yeah, they have, for sure. Like, this is definitely the closest it's been, but I still think, like, I don't know, this Nature's Prophet has to win top lane early on, right? If you start to fall behind, this morphing just takes over. Because when you get the level 2 and attribute shift, you're not dying anymore. But Yang, SRF doing a really good job. He has 6 denies already on the Nature's Prophet as well. Like, Eurus is struggling to find his way in here.
He's going to need a little bit of help, but unfortunately DY needs to push back a little bit. He does get the pull, though.
That's really key, because it now means that the lane's going to be pushing back towards Eurus under his tower. And this whole wave dies, because it's a stacked small camp. I don't know how James has managed to let them stack this, like, stack the small camp. Never mind, let it spawn.
Top boys.
Now Eurus just gets the free farm under the tower.
Ooh, James going for a courier.
Has been killed.
He'll find it.
I say free farm under tower. SRF's just denying everything still. This is insane.
Yeah. Oh my God. 13 and 8. And look at the other lanes. Like, this isn't the only lane that's going. They're already up 1,000 net worth. Like, it's pretty massive. As they're gonna lose DY here. There's no way out for him. He'll fall. James gets credit for the kill, and Eurus is forced to waveform back towards tower.
So let's have this conversation now before people in chat forget why this is a thing. Spectre's building Meteor Hammer. It's really good on this hero. It costs just over 2,000 gold. Spectre has no innate way to farm, so the active helps you farm. Right? And it gives +8 all stats. Like, it gives you HP regen, gives you mana regen. It's a really good item. So if you're playing Spectre in your pubs, guys, try Meteor Hammer. It's really fun. It's really good.
You know, we actually, I think the last time we saw Ame on the Spectre, he built the Meteor Hammer and won.
I can't remember if he won or not, but it did do a lot of work for him.
Yeah.
Denied.
see if it does end up being what he needs it to be in this game, because what he needs it to be is perfect. And, you know, whether or not we're going to see that from him is still up in the air.
Bounty rune's going to spawn here. Are they going to get... Yeah, they got 3 on CDEC, and all of a sudden there's a 1k net worth lead for them.
The prize is mine.
But you see now, like, up in this top lane, this Eurus is starting to be, like, harder and harder to bully out here.
And he's caught up. At least in terms of last hits. The denies are still, of course, very favorable for SRF, but that also goes to the point that he might be able to just be denying treants.
Mid lane as well is relatively close, but XM's hit level 6 first, just. Which is nice for him. You know, he had a small window there to try and get a kill, but I mean, Ori was topped up with the bottle the whole time. 6-minute rune's going to be spawning here as well. I think this is a big one, especially because both these heroes have their level 6s now. Like, they have to be really careful about the rotations coming through from the supports on both sides. Because, like, if this Jakiro comes in here, he can die to, like, a Sonic Wave with a Fissure and stuff.
He's going to show dual breath used. Haste picked up by James, and DY is now in a little bit of trouble. The Fissure comes in, but the arrow! It hits on a Queen of Pain. They have the Starstorm. XM forced to blink away. They'll bring SRF in. James comes over. Dual breath is there. DY dies, and because he's got the haste, he's able to run away from this one and just survive. One more shot and he would have been dead. They brought 4 heroes mid from CDEC for that.
This is like an okay move because they can try and push the tower, but there's a Mirana here that can just arrow the catapult, and now their like whole siege potential is pretty poor. Like, they can get some damage onto this, which is nice, but there's like dual width, there's resonant pulse as well. Without the catapult, it just doesn't have the same effect.
Radiant structures are fortified.
And in the meantime, Orphan's just able to free farm this top lane now. They're really committing for this. There's no glyph anymore, but like, the wave's gone.
Have to get it.
Really good rotations though by Vici to make sure they defend the tower, right? Like,
and they don't overcommit.
Yeah, Yang might have felt like he had to rotate at some point soon after as well, but he does just, you know, wait patiently. He's able to farm out this bot lane, and he has a Vanguard already, actually. He's just going to click this Spectre over and over again now, and he doesn't care. But I don't think Spectre cares either. It's the problem. 2 heroes that don't give a hoot. Eurus is the one that really benefited from that rotation upon this Morphling. Like, he got like 2 minutes of just free farm. He's turned into the Nature's Prophet here, so he has that TP available.
I wonder if he thinks about going anywhere.
There's no tangos on Nature's Prophet, so like he can sprout him in if the rotation comes through, but yeah, it's just too late.
Up towards the top power rune, James. He TP's out. Dewey's been sitting here for a long time. He's just level 3.
Consider an alternative.
And Queen of Pain has about 30% of a level on Ori.
Yeah, he's going for that Orchid as well that we've seen a lot of.
Morphling going right into the Manta, and then you've got Soaring for the Mars.
Oh, here comes XM mid.
Let's see what he can get with this. Dissimulate. They got the stun. Ori now on the run. Fissure, it hits, but they're not going to commit the Sonic Wave.
That arrow from PYW there was so good because it stopped the Fissure coming through after the Enchant Totem from the Shaker. So they didn't have the stun lockdown anymore to be able to burst down the Void Spray. That was really cute. And here's the Meteor Hammer in the bot lane.
We'll see if that really does excel Ame here. Yang's done a very good job. He's got Arena available, just not mana for it. Wrath of Nature flies in. Earthshaker taking a lot of damage up towards top. James ends up dead with Ori and Eurus here with DY. And then Mirana taking a lot of damage. Sonic Wave. Did he miss?
I wasn't looking, I'll be honest. So when you said it like that, I was like, oh no, I'm not even going to try and look.
I looked up top, watched that death, and then I come towards mid where Mirana should be dead. I gotta assume that he missed. I don't know if the observer caught it, but I certainly wasn't quick enough.
I like that Eurus recognizes that there's going to be an Orchid coming out on the Queen of Pain, so he's going for Manta first on the Morphling.
Nice path hits, waveform forward, committing for this. Victoria is nowhere near level 6.
That was a great sprout though from the Nature's Prophet just to break everything up. I worry for Vici though that this Spectre is just free farming down in the bot lane. Like I don't think you can let this happen. And he's going to look to make a rotation with Haunt relatively soon. Like he would have liked to have done it on the Sonic Wave rotation from Queen of Pain as well. To try and take a big fight, but yeah, unfortunately without dead for another minute, the Sonic Wave. Royal Jelly. It's nice. Morphling and Void Spirit are going to lap those ones up. The big thing though about that mid fight before is that they got the tier 1. So like, they open up the map so much more. Or we're going to go for Yules as well because he's had a little bit of a rough start to the game. I think he knows that Queen of Pain's going Orchid as well, so they want the double purge on their course. Makes complete sense.
Now they're going to try and get the top tier 1. They're just continuing to put pressure on. They need to be able to stop this Spectre. That Spectre backing up into the jungle or actually moving in towards mid. So completely skipping it, has the Meteor Hammer, of course, can farm at a much better rate with that. We'll see if it ends up being worth it, because they're going to lose the tier 1 tower bottom if nobody comes over.
Yang CPing top here on the Mars. And who's coming in here as well? This is the Mirana.
DUI, Astral step forward, Aether Remnant, got themselves the arena as well as the Macro Pyre. They'll get the Kona James. Now they look over at Victoria, who's stuck in the arena. The Sonic Wave pushes them back. They'll get the Kona PYW as well as Yang, because there's the Haunt. Ame's here. John's even further. You're having time? No. If that had hit.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Oh. I mean, this Spectre's doing so well, though. Like, he's just not been pressured at all. Like, I don't know. I was saying in the draft before that I thought they might do quite well on their lanes, on Vici.
XM? He gets chased down by Eurus solo kill here. But SRF, he's made the move over. It's not going to matter. They got themselves one. There's the Aether Remnant with the Astral Step. Get a second one, Eurus.
Oh my god, what a play. Because now they can try and push the mid-tier 1 in a little bit as well. Like, they might not finish it off, but okay, they're just going to farm up. Fair enough. Like,
Radiant's middle tower
Queen of Pain's one of those heroes that before she gets Orchid, like, every death is so sad, and she was just about to pick it up. So now, like, Eurus has a bigger window here, where he's actually going to have Manta available against the Orchid.
Jeez. That was so good.
Oh, that death hurts Queen of Pain so much, though.
How do you like it?
Like, because imagine if she has the Orchid now, instead of having that death, right?
If no way DUI gets out of that. The arrow hits onto this Nature's Prophet, and now Yang is here, and he doesn't have a spear, but they have the damage, and they should be able to get another kill. Eurus with another one. DUI walks away from that. I mean, this is more back and forth where we're seeing the results that we've been seeing in the previous 2 games, where just Vici have been executing better. That should never happen.
Yeah, I mean, it should. I mean, never happen is a bit of a strong way of putting it, but I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
I will say I don't like that Mars isn't going for Blink though. I think they really struggle for initiation without the Blink on the Mars. Like, I understand he wants to be tanky and everything. Maybe they feel like they can just run in, but like, this Queen of Pain, for example, is going to be very difficult to kill unless she makes a mistake. And like now the Queen of Pain has Orchid, but because of the 3 kills from the Eurus on this Morphling. He's now 600 away from Manta. So, like, they're not going to be able to kill the Morphling at all with this Orchid duration now unless they do it, like, right now. And they're going to smoke up.
Or he's also very close to this Yules. So, you know,
Yeah,
this Orchid doesn't exactly feel that amazing.
They're not going to find Eurus.
He does a very good job here.
Vanish.
Like, they know something's up here.
They could kill Ame, though. Illusions come in. Ame spotted. They arena'd just as Ame was coming in. Had they waited maybe a split second longer, they would have had Ame.
They really want this morph still, though.
Radiant's top tower.
You
is
see
under attack.
Victoria here on this Bane? Yeah, like, they're pinging the Morphling, but I don't know if they can get there.
They also picked up a second Orchid on the Nature's Prophet.
Oh. But why would he not go for, like, this... Oh, hang on,
Mars, Fiend's Grip. And they should get this kill with ease. And there it is.
Like, I understand the Orchids are good here, but, like, the Purges are coming out now. Ori's just finished his as well. Like, literally exact same second.
Oh, arrow thrown forward. There's the Haunt. They're going to go for this Void Spirit as well as the Mirana. They've got the Silence out onto the Void Spirit.
Nice.
Ori getting low. Not just yet, but the Mana Burn, or the Orchid Burn, is enough to do him in.
I guess that's why they pick up the second Orchid. So that even if they get the Purges, they just Orchid them again. Very smart.
PYW, he's very dead. They got the Silence onto the Morphling.
He used
and
Mantle
the Meteor
already.
Hammer. Uh-oh, this is a problem. Ice Path comes in onto 2. Sonic Wave is used. Fissure thrown out. DY is going to get chased down by Ame. They've got XM nearby. Adaptive Strike pushes away Ame, but this is CDEC starting to take over.
Dire's middle tower.
Yeah, at least they're using the double Orchid to good effect here. Like, they are just grouping Echoes 5 and running. Running at them and trying to find the farm on the map, find the kills. I think Ori's the one that is the big shock for me with how much he's struggling. He's 0, 1, and 3. Like, he's doing okay. That was the first death he'd had, but he'd not really had the impact on the game that we saw from him in, like, the puck on game 1 and the DK in game 2.
Mm-hmm.
Where he's felt like those early rotations really works for him in those games.
They're about to have Radiance for Spectre.
Wow. I mean, he's so farmed. Like, this Spectre should not be allowed to just have the same amount of net worth, like, almost as the Queen of Pain and stuff, right? And this is the power of the Meteor Hammer. It gives you that flash farm potential that you lack on the hero. It's why you used to see heroes like Lifestealer and stuff with Midas and things as well, because not only was the attack speed good, but he had no good innate way of farming. So the Midas just had extra value. Oh, he's got 4 points
Shadow.
of brain stuff. Okay.
Fissure, Mars. Arrow flies in. Kind of hidden within the fissure. It's not going to hit anybody, though. There's the Wrath of Nature.
But that's the problem with the lack of blink. Like, you can't just go in and find somebody. You're relying on just hitting your spells randomly.
Yeah. And he's going BKB next. I'm surprised he's just skipping blink altogether.
Well, it's a really good BKB game, to be fair. And I think if he's changed it to blink. I mean, he understands, like, this initiation is so important for him to find the kills. Like, Yang has to be the one that enters the fight first. He sees SRF here.
Scanning.
She's got an Orchid ready to go.
This is the best position CDEC have found themselves in at this point in the game, though. Like, in this series so far.
Radiant's middle tower.
Because, like, game 1 and 2, it just felt like they were lacking the power. But at the moment, with this double Orchid, they can find things.
DY? Or, oh.
Okay.
Guess when you're on the wall, you can just kind of walk out.
It's not great arena. They didn't find anything, obviously, but at least DY lives because of that arena. So it didn't have absolutely zero value. This Radiance, though, 1,000 gold away.
This E-Blade is very far back.
I don't know, he has the Ghost Scepter, though. Like, he's top of the net worth chart. He's doing okay.
Blink Echo. Only hits the Mars, but now the Fissure hits too. Yang and PYW blown up. They go after DY. They'll TP forward. They've got the Nightmare to stop the TP and make it a third.
Look at that observer, what they just put down on the high ground. Like, it just allows them to see all three heroes. And they're like, yeah, we get that. Can we move into Roche now, potentially? I mean, Spectre popped the Horn as well. Doesn't have the Radiance yet, but I think he's still pretty strong. Yeah, they are going to go in.
And the only thing Eurus can do is farm.
Dire's middle tower is
Yeah,
under
they can't
attack.
fight the Roche. Just, like, there's two heroes up, right?
Tower is under
not
attack.
happening. This Roche is really slow, though. So, like, Morphling is farming pretty well in this meantime.
Roshan has
is it
fallen
enough?
to the Radiant.
They start TPing in. The Roche is just dead already. Yeah, Eurus is going to cancel that one.
Worthy tribute.
Was that
Radiant's middle tower is
4?
under attack.
No, just 2 so far. Okay, it was 2 for 2. Just saw it get bottled and activated, bottled and activated. I thought it was 4 for nothing.
So they're going to smoke up here on Vici. Look to play down towards this Morphling. But if Eurus gets picked off before this smoke connects, this will be horrendous.
Radiant are scanning.
They have to find,
Realistically,
like,
it shouldn't. Yeah, they're not going to come over.
they have to find the backline of the Shaker and Bane first as well. Like, they offer so much of the control in the fights. I think Shaker, especially from James, is the big one. Like, with this blink that he has, he's a massive problem.
Great positioning right there from the Queen of Pain.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
You see the Queen of Pain,
Victoria.
they're pressuring bottom. Victoria looking ready. They're also looking to potentially go in on mid.
No, I think I mean, they're just trying to play under their
Dire's
vision
top
here
tower
in the Radiant
is
jungle.
under
Like, they're
attack.
expecting somebody to come in, but CDEC have read this really well,
Yeah.
and they know not to come and play down here.
So now can Vici do anything about this? And do they really want to try and fight at the moment? Because you've got the Aegis on Queen of Pain. So do you think you can handle the 2 lives, as now they've got the silence onto the Rana? Arena comes in. That's only going to land around James. Rana leaps away. Meteor Hammer. Echo Slam committed. And
Well, they
he's
caught
going
the
to try and
Spectre.
TP
Queen of
out
Pain's strong.
James. Oh, they've got Ame. Spear locks him down. If they could get the kill on Ame, that would be massive. Spectral Dagger trying to leave. There's the Dissimulate. He'll use the Haunt, trying to jaunt into the trees. Aether Remnant, no! And the TP? He just gets to
my
leave.
God.
How does he just get to leave?
And the spear comes out from Yang and it hits him just after the TP goes off, so it doesn't even connect. Like, that's such a big moment in the game. Like, if Spectre dies there, the thing is, at least they got the Prophet. Like, that's something, right? Look at how much gold the
Dire's
Prophet's holding
bottom
as well.
tower is under attack.
I'd really like to go for a BKB. Like, the Hex is obviously really good up against the Morphling and whatnot, because he's not building Lincolns, so, like, this Hex initiation means that they can just follow through with the Spectre and stuff. But I think the BKB allows them to just fight. Oh yeah, he's got AC queued up instead and the BKB now. Like, he just needs this survivability first.
DY. Gets caught, gets
Dire's
killed.
courier has been
Another one
killed.
there for Ame, and they'll get the courier.
Dire's
He
bottom
doesn't even get the
tower is
observer
under
board
attack.
that was on the high ground. He got the sentry instead. And now they get the bot tier 1. Yeah, that moment in the game is such a deciding factor. Because if they get the Spectre there, it frees them up for like so much time and things. They need this Ags upgrade on Ori, but I feel like it's just going to come out too late. Like, Ori's got BKB now as well. Like, Yang's probably going to have... Yeah, SRF actually went for the BKB on Nature's Prophet as well. So, like, this Ags upgrade doesn't do anything to the cause anymore. Like, Spectre doesn't care. He's going to go for Heart as well and just be really tanky. Oh, he's actually changed his mind. He's got Manta instead. Also pretty good for the Purge.
Eurus now has the E-Blade. Going into the BKB next.
Dire's middle tower is
Ori
under
almost
attack.
has Ags, so that silence gonna, that could be massive. But they're down 5k. Like, this is slowly falling out of favor for them by quite a bit.
Wages of fear.
It's very tough for them to find the proper fight for Vici being behind like this.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
But if they could fight post-Aegis, I think they're in a decent spot. They just need to win that fight. Unfortunately, CDC, Blink, Echo, Resonant Pulse was out. Arrow comes in. They won't turn this around. XM, he's looking even further.
He has BKB. Like, he knows that they can't kill him anymore.
Prize is mine.
They just don't have the damage output. The E-Blade is up on the Morphling, though, actually, now. So if they can get a stun with the E-Blade combo, anybody dies. Even Spectre, I think. I know he has the Manta, but he's only sitting about 1800 HP.
SRF. Silence. Manta gets away, and the arena's down, but Yang, he's probably going to give up his life on this one. They'll try to get through the arena and get the kill. They will. It allows Eurus to leave, but they're just getting picked apart at this point. I don't know what the answer is for Vici. They let the Spectre just have a free game.
Yeah, exactly. And they've managed to hit their timings really well on CDEC. Like, they've hit their Orchid timing pretty well in general. Like, obviously, he had that death just before we picked it up, but I think the fact that SRF is so farmed as well is a big help. Like, his item build's been really good. I wasn't sure about the Orchid at first, but they used it really well, so it paid off massively.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
And yeah, I think the fact that the Spectre has a free game is the biggest problem. Like, he hasn't died all game, just farms up with the Meteor Hammer. Joins fights with Haunt when he thinks he can, like, just nab a kill somewhere.
Is under attack.
So there's that Ags, but it just feels so late.
Yeah, I mean, we've been used to seeing it at, like, 18 minutes maybe, like 17 minutes sometimes.
Dire's top tower is under
Like, sometimes
attack.
even quicker if they build it before the Yules. Like, it can come out at like 12 or whatever, but it's so
Radiant's
slow.
middle tower is under attack.
Look at the net worth just
Dire's
jump in the
top
last
tower
5 minutes
is
too.
under attack.
I think if they don't find a kill here with this smoke, the game's going to get so bad for them. Like, James is in a really good
high
position.
priority.
Yeah.
I don't know if James is really the value pick here. And he just gets the blink away, but there's the spear. Here comes XM. The silence on a lot of these heroes. Can they get the kill onto the Earthshaker? Yes, they can. But now they look over the Mars. The Bulwark's used. Sonic Wave comes in and hits on the 3 of these heroes. They get the kill on the Yang, and now this BKB's been popped by XM. So the chase is on from CDEC. They look over PYW as well as DY, who are invis for the moment with the Moonlight Shadow, but the blink scream from XM to make it a second. DY on the run and makes a TP escape.
Yeah, the Shaker didn't even have to buy back there. I thought he would, but... And now see, Victoria gets the D-Ward as well. Big thing, like, is... For them, on CDEC, they defended their tower. So, like, they lose the Shaker, but they responded with numbers instantly. So they find the kill on Vici, but it's not worth it for the amount of time they spent smoked and, like, the amount of heroes they committed. They still lose 2 for themselves, and they don't get any objectives from the smoke either.
Dire are scanning.
Yeah, it really does feel like Morph against the world at the moment, and with how farmed the Spectre is, I don't think Morph wins that matchup. Maybe in, like, the ultra late game he can, but, like, for now, Spectre should be absolutely fine. Going for that Skadi as well next on Arme.
It'll be a while. This is very tough for Vici. But good on CDC. They've played this first, this third game very well. Basically making it so Vici really don't have many answers except to hope to get to the ultra late game and push forward behind this Morph. And you're just gonna find Ori. Like, it becomes that easy.
Well, just a Blink Echo. This is why the Shaker was so, like, prioritized in game 1 though as well by Vici. Like, and this is what I'm saying, because there's, like, this AMTB band out in the first phase. Like, it opens up these heroes that can otherwise be let through. Because they have to ban the Venge. Like, whoever doesn't have first pick. Because that hero is just so insanely good at the moment. And it makes you think, you know, maybe instead of picking this Morphling, they should have picked something that did punish the Shaker more. Like this Clockwork that got banned out in the second phase, or the Rubik. Like, I'm not saying that would have made a difference to the game necessarily, but
Radiant's bottom tower
we might
is
see
under
the draft
attack.
change up if we get the next game. Like in terms of what the priorities are, sorry. That's the Roche dead.
Has fallen to the Radiant.
Aegis cheese in their hands. Arrow hits on the Ame, but
Get him.
where would anybody else be? Ooh, XM comes forward. He's holding a gem. Like, these heroes that are invis, it doesn't matter. They're gonna go after PYW. They get the buyback coming in from DY. They'll get the kill into the Mirana. So 2 heroes down to the side of Vici, and they are still looking for more. Yang, he doesn't have a TP, so the chase will be on, and eventually they'll catch him. He can't run for that long. He's got 5
James
seconds
is
left on the blink, and XM's right at his tail. So Spear, where's the blink? Oh,
He's just
Ori
dead on
dead?
Ori again. Like, I don't know. They just have so much damage on the side now. Like, Ori's built this Yules to the Purge, but like because he doesn't have a BKB or anything, like he doesn't have any armor items, he still just melts to the Spectre damage and the Nature's Prophet damage now. Like SRF has Orchid BKB and now the finished AC. They're gonna go on him with a spear.
can they get the kill? BKB, but do they have the damage into the Sprout with the God's Rebuke? Yes, they do!
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Okay, so they get a kill,
Gets the kill.
but Queen of Pain still has a Spectre still has cheese. Like Queen XM has a Hex now on the Queen of Pain as well. Sweet Jesus. And this is why I think we're seeing why CDEC loved this hero so much before now in the Queen of Pain. Like, this is crazy. Like, the only time XM died was in that time where just before he got Orchid. And, like, Spectre hasn't died either. So, like, between the 2 cores having 1 death.
Fiend's Grip onto the Mirana. They'll use the Ice Path as well as the Macropyre that hits on both the Spectre as well as the Bane. Bane's actually getting locked up in the Arrow, but it's not doing enough damage. They'll chase down DY. Spectral Dagger hits, and eventually he'll fall. Another kill there for Ame, and he's going into the Scott E. Meanwhile, Morphling going Daedalus.
Yeah, he has to go right-click. Like, they don't do any damage at the moment. Like, Mars has gone for this Blink BKB Vanguard, so it's, like, nice, but he's not doing damage. I mean, Ori's just getting absolutely murdered this game. Like, over and over again. And he's not doing physical damage either.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Look at James here, though, on the Shaker, like, looking for this Morphling.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
He can't show. If yours shows, he's probably dead.
Oh, this is so... They're
Now
so
the
close.
Prophet's there. James is just going to walk in.
He sees him.
And there's going to be an Echo. Start with the Echo, have the Fissure with the Totem, get the kill.
Really well
you're
played.
s-
And they're going to go top
Yeah.
as well. Sorry, back mid again with the Horn. So.
He had a TP. He could have just left. That was super greedy,
Yeah,
especially
but-
once he saw the Nature's Prophet.
But they have to make risky plays to win the game now. Like, they're so far behind. You can't just play safe now, because this is,
Dire's
like...
middle tower is under
Otherwise you just
attack.
lose anyway.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Astral step forward. They hit the arrow on the Spectre, but no more fun to follow that up.
He has Scardy, he has Cheese. Like, good luck killing him.
Dire's middle barracks.
Yeah.
Like, the AC buffing him up as well.
Dire's middle barracks has fallen.
Astral step in the Aether Remnant. This time on the Queen of Pain. They have the Ice Path to follow that one up. Arrow gets blocked by a creep at the last second.
That was cute, though. They're like, yeah, we might lose this game, but we can still hit our skills. That was...
Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's top tower has fallen.
And they're going to go for one final fight.
Here, Arrow comes in, and Sonic Wave hits on POW as well as Ori. They've got the Fiend's Grip to lock up the Void Spirit, get the kill on a Yang, and they'll buy back on the Void Spirit, really try and get anything done, but they'll call GG.
Did you see the Nightmare by Victoria there? They tried to blow up SRF, but Victoria just nightmared him, allowed him to get his BKB off, and then he just survives like the whole fight. That was insane. What a game by CDEC, though. Like, I didn't think this Spectre would do too well, but they just let the Spectre farm all game.
Yeah.
And, like, because Mars went for this Vanguard and stuff first, like, it slowed the tempo of the game down so much that they couldn't make plays around the map. Because, like, between him not having a blink and Ori having a rough game in the mid lane, like, they had no tempo in their lineup. Like, not that was quick enough, at least, anyway. So the Spectre was just allowed to farm XMs, like, everywhere, all around the map. Like, he finishes the game 14-1-3.